Hey, Mitch.
How you doing?
Hey, man, how you doing, dude? Very cool to talk to you.
Hey, cool to talk to you.
Yeah, man, been fan of yours for a while, seeing you on all the Letterman shows and all that good stuff, man.
All right on, man.
Cool. So now,
you're out in Long Island?
yeah, here in Long Island, man.
Yeah, we were supposed to be out there last Saturday. We were supposed to be in Westbury. Is that in Long Island? That's on Long Island, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we got to cancel because.
Yeah, man, that damn blizzard hit.
Yeah.
Where were you guys when it hit?
Well, we were in Hartford, and we actually drove from Hartford to New York. We made it, but when we got to New York, they ended up canceling the show about an hour later. So we just chilled in the city for a while.
All right, man. So what did you guys end up doing? Just hanging out in the hotel?
Yep. Because it was too damn cold, man. I wasn't prepared for that shit. You know, I went out and bought a $10 hat, but it wasn't warm enough, man.
Cool, man. Now, first off, I'm glad you're okay because there's been a lot of rumors about you going on. I don't know if you, knew all that.
Yeah. I had some minor health issues. They were major, I should say, but it was everything's cool. And I went to the hospital and I took care of myself. Everything's great, man.
Excellent, man. Yeah, because they were saying like you got your feet amputated and all this stuff.
Yeah, there's some amputation rumors. They were rumors, though. It's true. I never did have any amputations. I just had to have a wound on my leg repaired. Basically, would have come down to. And there was some doctors who I saw at first who claimed that they couldn't fix it, but all I had to do was switch hospitals and get to the right doctor, and he took care of me.
Well, was it a second opinion, and you were okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool, man. So everything's okay with you now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything's real good.
Excellent, man. Glad to hear it. And like I said, now you're on this big tour. It's you, David Tell, and Lewis Black.
Yeah, man. It's winding down. Unfortunately, it's been so damn fun. I hate it. Going back to the clubs is gonna be a bitch, man, because these theater tours are just so great. I go on first every night. The crowds are just always so pumped up, and the worst part of it is the traveling. You don't want to spend 9 hours in the van with Lewis Black. That's the only thing you don't want to do. Because you get angry after a few hours. He's starting to get completely pissed off now. At the end of the tour, he's such a great guy, and it's just funny. It's funny to hear him bitch, because you can know he hates He's just to the point now in life where he doesn't want to spend 9 hours in a minivan. The only reason we had to do that is because planes were canceled. So it's very rare that we're doing that. We're usually flying.
Right.
But it's been so fun, man. It's just I hate to see you go, man.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Now, that's got to be kind of wild, though. It's three of you guys all travel around in the van together?
Yeah, well, when we had the short drive, it's pretty funny, man. When the tour started out, Attell was all high on, like, going out and seeing the sights and, like, if we were in a town where they had some kind of a like a memorial or something, we'd go see it. And the first day he wanted to go ice skating and shit. And I saw that deteriorate so fast, man. It was like, before you know it, was just like, let's get to the fucking hotel, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was pretty funny, man. Everyone was like gung-ho at first, but now it's just like, we just want to get to the hotel so we could have as much rest time before the show as possible,
That's great, man. And like you said, now you've been doing the theaters, man. Huge sellout crowds.
Yeah.
And like you've done theaters and stuff like this before, man, right?
Yeah, but it's never on this grand of a scale, never like this thing has basically been sold out. Just I'd say about 90% of the time the shows are sold out and the crowd is so excited. I never realized how big Attell's Insomniac show got. He really did good on that show, man. And we all got our fans, man. And it's just these people. They're just so crazy. These crowds, man. It's just everyone does well. Every night you do well. The only time you don't do well is if you choose to, tonight I'm just not going to do good.
Right.
It's up to you to decide. I mean, if you want to do good, it's as easy as just going out there and doing your thing, man.
Right on, and that's awesome, man. And I think that this show is definitely demonstrating three of the best comics of three different types of comedy going, man.
Yeah, that's what it's like an honor to tour with these guys. I've always admired both these guys, man. When I was starting, I didn't know either of them for a while because I started in different parts of the country. But when I learned of them and I saw them and I knew what they did, I was like, man, this is great. And then about 5 years ago, I got to work with Dave for the first time, and I was so like, oh man, it's such an honor. That's like a comedian, like is like, that's how he like breaks in, man. He opens for David Tell. He thinks this is it, man. Things are gonna get better from here. Next thing you know, you're touring with them, in basically the same respect. It's awesome, man. So these guys are, two of the top guys to work with, man.
Right on, man. It's awesome. Now, now you've been doing your thing for a long time now, and you got the new CDs out and the DVD on Comedy
Yeah,
Central.
they come out today. Yeah, both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. I was just checking out the DVD. It's got all your stuff with Premium Blend and your Comedy Central Presents on there and everything.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah, dude, it rocks.
Oh, thanks, man. It's great to have something going to the stores, But what I've noticed about the CD stores, because of all that shit on the internet and stuff, everyone be taking shit from the web. CD stores are going down, man. So I'll get my CDs released just at the time when no one gives a fuck about the CD store anymore. Thank God for Best Buy, because it's some or stores like that, because someone go and buy like an appliance and they'll pick up a CD while they're there. Those stores still have it going on, but I've been walking into these stores and these CD stores in the malls, and the comedy section is just sad looking, man. So I'm getting released at the wrong time, but I'm happy to be at a store. Remember back in the day when there was the albums and like Bill Cosby and all that? I'm sure it was just amazing to have an album in the stores. But nowadays, everyone says, I got your shit off the web, So, oh, you motherfucker.
All that downloading is killing it, man.
Exactly. So, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I just want to be alphabetized right, because you go in there, you go to the section, you see Bobcat Goldthwait is in like some kind of I don't know, man, just the wrong section,
Right.
Everything's mismatched and shit. So I hope they get around to take. I think it's a good time for comedy right now, and I think the Comedy Central has released some good CDs.
Right on.
Hopefully, it'll change the way things are, right? And maybe people will get back into them and shit,
It seems like stand-up's definitely making a comeback. I think it has a lot to do with Comedy Central and with the Premium Blend shows and shows like the Comedy Central Presents, and also the Tough Crowd with Colin Quinn and things like that are really.
Yeah, man, I love that show, Tough Crowd. Those are hard shows to do too. You gotta be damn good and on your feet. I did one of those shows where there was 4 people, where you had to argue with 4 people, and it was called The List, and it was on VH1.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Remember that show?
Yeah.
I had a hard time, man, because right before the show right before we were about to tape, the producer said, "All right, now whatever Little Richard says, disagree with him." It's like, oh fuck, man, I don't want to disagree with Little Richard, That's not going to get the crowd on my side.
Right.
So it was kind of scary. I had a bad show, but it was all about your favorite rock star, man. And my favorite rock stars were not agreeing with these other people. I think there was a lady from West Wing on there or some shit.
Right.
And her favorite rock star was like Michael Jackson. So I mean, he's a great pop star, but he's not a rock star to me. I was
right.
a decadent angle, like the David Lee Roth style.
Yeah, right on.
People were doing like Bruce Springsteen and shit like that. I was like, these guys are definitely stars, but I just don't know if they're like, doing coke and having groupies and shit. They just don't sound like that type,
Yeah, right. Like not exactly Robert Plant's going.
Exactly, Robert Plant style,
Yeah.
Steven Tyler. But the thing is, that's what I like about the Tough Crowd show, is that I admire those comics when they can argue and they don't have a problem yelling over you. I just, I'd be scared to death on that. It would be, I'd have to call it Tough Show if I was on it.
Cool, man. Now, of course, you've been like compared to like Stephen Wright and stuff like that for your style of comedy. How do you feel about that? How do you like Stephen Wright and his?
I love Stephen Wright, man. I watched him all the time. I would imagine that maybe his style, maybe some of the aspects have crept into what I do. I think just maybe for the most part, he's definitely talking about things that are way more surreal than what I talk about. But nonetheless, I mean, if there's anyone who I would have to be compared to, I guess that would be probably the closest that anyone could come to. And that's cool. I got no problem with that. I'm not trying to say that I'm out there doing something that's fucking exactly brand new. You've never seen it before. Because everything has to have some. Even like Orange Crush, comes probably from some other Orange Pop from the early days.
But your style definitely is different, and everything, the delivery, everything about you is totally original, man. And I think that's awesome. And another beautiful thing that I like watching, like this DVD, I guess, saw, is that you could actually see that you actually win over the crowds where at first they might not get it.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of people say to me, they say, I saw you on Letterman, and for the first few minutes, I didn't like you. It's like, well, and that doesn't offend me. I know what they're talking about. They're kind of, they always think I'm going to get pissed off, and I'm like, no, I understand, man, because, it's something that you may have not, seen a lot of, so, you just don't, at first, you don't like it or something. And I even went to there's a website out there where they say, is this guy annoying? And they have all these, most of them are celebrities, way more than I am. But like I was on there, and they asked if I was annoying or not, and I only got like 33% of people said yes. So
There you go.
so it was good enough. I'm sure there's some people out there, they see it, they don't like. You can't please everybody, and you find that shit out fast, man. And one of the worst things is when you do a Letterman show and you talk to your friends the next day, and they'll say something like, "Hey, man, you seem nervous or some shit." It's like, no, man, you were nervous because I was gonna be on, and you're just fucking feeding that on me, man.
Right, exactly.
So I don't know, but it's cool. It's cool to be I'm just happy I got the amount of fans that I did. I had to thank Comedy Central and Letterman for that, because getting on TV helps so much.
Yeah, right on, man. And you definitely got a solid fan base, man. There's definitely a bunch of, hundreds of thousands of people that dig what you're doing, man.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And you got like a legion of fans. It's awesome.
Yeah, oh, that's real. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like as soon as I started noticing that people were coming out to the shows, I've been doing this for about 14 years, and they didn't start coming out till I'd say about 4 years ago to see me. Before that they'd come out to the comedy show. You know what I mean?
Right.
Fuck's there is there, and a lot of times then they, a lot of people didn't, like what I was doing. I having trouble and shit, and no one wanted to pay me. I went through a lot of time having struggles, but now it's to the point where pretty much everyone at the show, knows what I do, so that helps out, man. Makes it a lot more fun, and everyone's a little bit more excited than it used to be.
Right on, man. And you said you were doing this for 14 years, and you're definitely a veteran. Now, how long did it take you to develop this unique, voice?
Oh, that takes a while. You see, I got videotapes of me from when I started out, and I can't even look at them, man, because it was nothing. I mean, I think I was talking about the stuff that I wanted to talk about. I certainly didn't know how to write it into a joke or anything. And then I had these weird, because I had these weird shit that would happen because I was on stage, and I guess it was stage fright that was doing it, like where my arm would be flailing all about and shit, and I'd be like, man, what the fuck's wrong with my arm? Right through a period where I shook the microphone back and forth. I'd say not until maybe at least, man, at the earliest 5 6 years before I settled into something that was working for me, and that's pretty much I've been doing what I've been doing for like the last 8 years of this journey. Before that, the 6 years was the fucking trying to figure it out part.
Right on. And you know what else is awesome, dude, about you? Is that whenever I'm going to interpret your jokes and tell somebody, like at a party or something, I can't just tell it as me. I have to actually try to and be you.
That's what I like, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome.
Well, one time I was up for a commercial for this Miller beer, and they wanted me to talk like I do on stage, right? So they said, all right, say this like that, and they were imitating me, and then I would try it, and they would actually have done me better. I can't do myself better than this guy's doing me. The guy who was auditioning me got the part.
That's freaking funny, man. Oh, that's awesome. Now, as far as writing material, is the comedy light, so to speak, always on, or do you just how do you write?
Well, writing is so simple, to be honest, man. Not simple in the fact coming up with stuff that works is hard, but basically since the day of the comic, as long as he's just staying on the road and not pursuing Hollywood type adventures or something. He basically just got free time all day, which leads to lots of daydreaming. And during that daydreaming, man, if you think of something makes you laugh or something, you just write it down, man. You just got to make sure you're close to a pen and some paper. A lot of times that's not easy too. It sounds easy to always have a pen and paper handy, but it ain't, man. Sometimes like you're too lazy, you wake up and you think of a joke and the pen and the paper ain't in the room. It's like, fuck it, man. I'm just go back and sleep. I'll remember it. The next thing you know, that shit's gone.
Yeah, it just goes gone.
Writing process is constantly on. It's just that you just got to make sure you got some way to jot it down, So you're gonna pierce your finger, write it in blood or something just to make it happen, man. But I tried the recording method where you like hold a handheld recorder.
Right.
I don't want to sit and listen to myself, That didn't work, man. So it has to be pen and paper.
I wonder how many great ideas have gone because of that.
That's a good point. That's a great point. Sometimes it's like, shit, I know what I thought last night was the best joke of all time, man.
Right.
Now it's gone. But, it probably wasn't, but, it could have been, man.
Yeah.
There's probably some good ones that have slipped by, for sure.
Now, you also were in the movie Almost Famous and that 70s show, and you do the Crank Yankers. I love the puppet. Looks just like it.
Yeah, I like it. I like it too, man. I wish I could have had it.
That's cool, man. So you've been doing a lot of stuff. Is there any, like, besides stand-up, is there any other things that you want to get out of this? Like, do you want sitcoms? Do you want movies?
Well, you know what? I tell you, Don, the thing that I like a lot are I want to do something that fits because the one thing about when you start getting into that stuff that acting and stuff is it's a game where, man, I don't have a lot of confidence in, so I end up doing shit where someone gives me an idea and I know that I don't like the idea, but I'll just say, oh yeah, that sounds cool, just because I'm assimilated or something.
Right.
I want to make sure I do something that fits to me, I mean, I directed a movie and the movie went to Sundance, but no one bought it, so that kind of burnt my whole thing about directing. But nonetheless, I think directing would be cool just because you can like write a script and then put your humor into the script or whatever, and then you can tell people how to do what you got in your head. So probably the best thing for me would be to get back into the directing thing, man.
Cool.
I got to try to. It costs a lot of money to make a movie, and I don't know if I want to finance I financed my first one by myself, and I don't know if I'm going to finance my second one. I think I'm going to go out and find some backers, but I got to find some talkers first, because I got to find a producer. You know what I mean?
Right on.
Who can get the money, stirred up. So I think directing is a thing, man. Acting too. I like acting, but I need some practice at it, man. So maybe I should get me some lessons. But I just gotta get off the road. You don't want to take an acting lesson in Wichita, Kansas. That's just not gonna be the right place for it.
Right.
I want to be in L.A. or New York.
So that's awesome, man. So you have ideas for a movie, or you have a script and stuff like that?
Well, I'm always coming up with ideas that are kind of half-assed. You got to complete an idea. That's the 99% of I think the game is to complete something. So most people, they talk, they say, well, I got this, I got that, and no one ever completes it. And I got a lot of half-assed ideas that if I sat down and worked them out, it might be great. But I just, the road does suck you into just staying on the road. So. And I do love it. I do love where I'm at on the road, and I do love staying out there. But I definitely would like to sit down and take some of these ideas I have and maybe take and patch them together and see if that idea fits with that idea. Because the worst thing is coming up with a fucking ending for a movie. Because that's what ruined my movie is I had to have an ending, and the ending sucked, man. You know what I mean? I think I had to have an ending would have been great,
Oh man, that's awesome. So good luck coming up with an ending for everything, man.
Yeah, well, that's the deal, man. You got to have plot points and endings. And I was like, you can't just have a rambling movie where people are just saying shit,
Oh man. So now you're still on tour with these guys. And where's the next stop? What's the next city you guys meet in?
We got the Midwest, John. We got St. Louis, Wichita, and that's why it says that's why I mentioned Wichita. But Wichita, St. Louis, and one other city, Indianapolis. We got those three, and then we added on a New Year's date We got Chicago coming up, and then we added on 2 Las Vegas dates. And the Las Vegas dates, man, I love them gambling towns. You know, we did Reno recently.
Awesome.
So we've added on 3 dates to the tour. It's extended run, man.
That's it, man. You guys are a hit.
Yeah.
You guys are kicking ass, man.
No, it is really doing really well. We only had 1 failure, and that was in Austin, Texas. And I can't believe it because Austin is a pretty hip town. And but the thing is, we had an outside arena, right? And like when you're outside, man, you can fit like 20,000 fuckers in this place.
Right.
So huge. And like we sold like 3,000 tickets, but that was like a failure here. I was like, that's no failure, man. I saw chairs everywhere, man. Like but apparently we lost money. I guess it costs a lot of money to rent outside, you know.
Right.
I don't know what happened, man.
Hey, man, still, you guys are freaking rocking.
Yeah, it's going amazing. It really is.
Awesome, dude. And what else you got coming up? You got the CDs out now?
The CD's out today. I do the Letterman show again in February, and that's it. And I mean, like I said, I had a summer where I was kind of recuperating, and now after this tour, I just gotta figure it all out again. I guess I'll probably just go back to do some colleges and some clubs, and then just try to make the next step, man. I've had some opportunities and like some MTV and some Fox TV type of development deals that sort of went somewhere, but not all the way. So just got to sit down and figure out the next move, man.
Right on, dude. Mitch, you freaking rock, dude. You're one of my favorites, and I appreciate you taking the time talking to me, man.
Oh, I appreciate you talking to me, Don. And what do you write for, man?
This is going to be for 2 magazines. It's going to be for UproarMagazine.com, which is a stand-up comedy.
About Uproar, yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be on that, and also Good Times Magazine, which is a Long Island, Queens, and Brooklyn-based magazine.
Fantastic, man.
Cool. I'll definitely send you copies. I'll send them to Renata.
That's perfect.
And I'll email them to you, or definitely get it to you.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, thank you, buddy.
Take care.
Take care, man. All right.